How's it, guys? Welcome back to FX Rhapsody. I'm back again with some more analysis, and this time we are looking at Nasdaq. What is going to happen with Nasdaq this week? I haven't done analysis on Nasdaq in a while. So yeah, before we hit the charts, just go visit my website, bottom left corner here. There's some very nice content on this website. I'll be using COT reports again with my analysis, so go download it. It's under the resource menu at the top there, where you can download it for free. And then also there's on that menu, there's my preferred brokers. Just go check them out, especially trading Nasdaq. These guys, the spreads are brilliant, you know, and margins are very good. So very good for Nasdaq trading. There's also some nice resources on the website, especially when you're just getting started in trading, and some nice strategies and all those kind of nice little things that you need to know about trading. So let us see the charts. So we're going to be doing top-down analysis again. We're going to be starting out with Nasdaq because we haven't done it in such a long time. We're going to be looking at the monthly time frame. Now, just going into the monthly, just zooming in a little bit, what we can see, obviously Nasdaq reached an all-time high. Then it made a huge drop. You know, it's all fundamental related. So let's call it, it's the war in the Ukraine. And let's see that drop that happened, and it went back to where it was in September, October. Formed a little bit of a low, a little bit of a resistance area in the market. Price is coming back, tapping that area in the market. And then now what is going to happen on the monthly time frame? Does it look like it's going to start turning back up again? Time will tell. Or will Nasdaq drop even further? On a daily time frame, what we can see is, just zooming in a little bit. So on a daily time frame, what we see is, and especially for those of you that's seen my price action videos and all that kind of things, Nasdaq always respects price action. It follows it, you know, to do with the fair value gap imbalance in the market. I mean, those things happen. So you can see price making this huge movement downwards. Okay, bearish movement. What it does is it kept all of these areas of liquidity intact, meaning all these previous highs, you know, it is intact. You can see that one, you can see that one. So now currently what is happening, and what happened was there was a previous high over here. So liquidity tapped slightly into it, but it created a low, as we can see, and then price started turning up again. Whoops, come on. So it created this low. Price moved up. It tapped into that liquidity. Okay, it took out some liquidity that's at the bottom, at the top there, in this area over here. And then with that liquidity that was tapped, let's just take that out. Just zooming in so we can see clearly. This is now for all those swing traders, the guys that's actually doing some swing trading in Nasdaq. So we have got this area in the market that price broke. Okay, a little bit of a structure area. You can have it there. I like it on the wicks. So you have that break in the market. You can see that big push again. We had some consolidation after that liquidity was tapped over here. So you had that consolidation in the market. Price broke through. Okay, then it created imbalances in the market, some fair value gaps. Now, when price went to the bottom again, it took out the liquidity at the bottom. Okay, it carried on with its momentum as it did here. Okay, there were liquidity down here, price turning up, it's breaking down. It was continuing in this downwards movement. Here we can see downwards movement again. So it made a low, price came up, tapping that liquidity. Okay, hunting some stop orders, going down, hunting some more stop orders at the bottom. Okay. So how do you trade this then? So basically price came up again. So where did it turn up to? It forced, or not forced, it was drawn towards these gaps in the market or in price. Okay, right about there. So if you caught a nice little buy at the bottom for that turn, price got drawn towards those areas, and then price fell down again. So now currently we're seeing price just hovering in this area. Okay, where is it going to go to? Let's have a look. Let's go to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, I want to show you something more interesting. For those of you that's, trading NASDAQ. Let's zoom out a little bit. Okay, let's start at the top here. So basically we had a big movement downwards, as we saw just on the daily. It made its way up, okay? It formed a fair value gap. It's like I said, it gets drawn to that area of the fair value gap. Okay, where was that fair value gap? It was over here, right around there. And as you can see, I'm just going to, do it more sideways. So the reason I'm saying fair value gap, there was a break in structure. It consolidated slightly on a 4 hour time frame, and then it made a huge drop again, creating these imbalances, the gap between that candle and that candle in the market. Bam. Okay, it gets drawn towards those areas, but not just, we need more confirmation on that. So how do you get more confirmation? You take your Fibonacci from that swing high to that swing low. Okay, so right there to there. Do you see that? Swing high from that high all the way to this low, price coming back up to the 62% area. And again, what happens in that area? You sell. Especially if you are in a downtrend, you sell it off. So if you sold over there on that area, in actual fact, let's do this. Bam. Because I usually sell on that 62% line. Okay, price tapped into that. Look at that. And price went down about how many pips? You can see that, guys. It's a 6 to 1 ratio. Okay, so that's a nice little sell-off because price got drawn to that area. Okay, now I'm going to take this out. Okay, I'm just taking all of this out. So now price made a turn to the bottom. So where did you climb out, or where should you have climbed out the market? So what you do is, because currently, like I showed you, price took out on the daily time frame, took out some liquidity at the top as well. Now it is kind of like just hovering over here. So now you take your Fibonacci from that low to that swing high. Okay, low, high, coming down. Price just hovering over here as well. Okay, there is a area. I'm just going to make it like this. There's a area over here because you get a low, then a high, then a higher high, higher low. So you can see now it on the hourly 4 hour time frame, it looks like it wants to start turning. It looks like market wants to start turning upwards. So now this is time for looking for buys. If you've got a bias and looking at the market and you see, okay, I think structure has been broken, I think let's start buying up again, because you can in a big bearish movement market, if it is on higher time frames, if it is bearish, you can still buy up. You don't have to sell all the time. You can still catch the pips. And look at this. So you caught that nice little sell downwards to this area. You pull your Fibonacci from this low to that high, price retracing back to the area between the 62% and the 79%. This area over here, right there. Bam. That's the area that you buy again. Okay. So where's my buying tool? You buy right about there. Okay. And look at that. Bam. Up, 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 up. Can you see those pips? Oops. There we go. Can you see those pips that was caught? There, target. Okay. For those of you that's doing a little bit of swing trading or just looking at scalping it as well. So don't just be biased in a downwards trend. You can still buy up, or if it's an upwards trend, you can still sell down. But in any case, so currently price is, hovering in this area now. It is hovering right about there. Price is retracing back to that area. So now we drill to the 1 hour time frame. Let's see what is happening on the 1 hour time frame on Nasdaq. Okay, I'm just zooming out a little bit. Whoops. Okay. What I want to show you over here is we have a low area. Okay, that is intact. Okay, that is our low that we're looking at. You can see that price has not tapped into that area, has not taken out liquidity beyond that point, because over here you can see structure being broken right around there. You had a high, price coming down, a relative equal high, then price moved down again, and then it broke that area over there. As you can see, it broke it, then it came and retested that area, and then it shot up. Okay, if you missed that little buy area over here, which you could have caught, I'm just going to zoom something out again, because the reason I'm saying buy is, look at this. Price is hunting liquidity. You see that? So there was liquidity up here. Price came and tapped into that liquidity. It tapped into it once. And if you had a little buy area here, I just want to show you what happened. So you had price moving upwards. Okay. Then you had another break in structure. Right about there. Okay. You had a break in structure with that big bullish push of the candle. Price went up, tapped that previous high that was formed here. You see that? That was the previous high. So price just went and tapped into it. Didn't break it, tapped it, and then retraced down. Where did it retrace towards? It retraced towards a imbalance in the market, fair value gap. As you can see that, that's the gap that was formed when price broke this area. So price broke that, you climb into your buy, and where do you exit? Just behind that point, because what happens is price action hunts liquidity. And that is another, how many pips is that? You see that, guys? So you can catch all these pips, and this is not an hourly time frame. You can even scalp it even better, or sniper entry it even better on your 15 minutes, even drill down to your 1 minute. You have all these entries in the market that is happening all the time, not just on currencies, not just on NASDAQ, but anything that you trade. Okay, go check it out. I've shown you this on Bitcoin as well. So now currently what we're seeing is price coming back again. Okay, it tapped into the liquidity over here. Now price is coming back again. So we have got this currently, this previous low that we're looking at. Okay, if price breaks this area and continue downwards, this is what's going to then price will start or continue downwards, or continue that downwards bearish trend that it's in. If price breaks this area now, so we're looking at these two areas in the market. Okay, so now there's a possibility that price has started turning, as we saw on the monthly, that it hit that previous low that hit September, October last year. So now is this a time for the price to turn upwards and become bullish again, where markets reestablish itself and then price moving up? We'll have to see, but keep those two in mind. Okay, those two lines. Let's see what happens, you know, this next couple of days. As we know, NASDAQ is very volatile. It moves very quickly. Quick look at the COT reports. COT reports, we can see that big dip, bam, that happened September, like we saw coming up. So now we saw this line dropping again, this big drop in the market. That was basically when the war and everything started. Now we see the NASDAQ moving up again. So we have got this big negative as price dropped. And we can see slowly but surely NASDAQ trying to reestablish itself. So currently, over the last week, figures that came through this weekend, you see a lot of longs being opened in the market and a lot more shorts. Okay, so we might see NASDAQ doing its uptrend movement now. We might see this price breaking. But again, with NASDAQ, it is very important not to just predict it, but to react to it, because there's a lot of fundamentals in play. When it comes to NASDAQ, depends on who's talking, it depends on what news is happening, depends on what time of the month it is. As we know, there's always news. So what you do is keep looking at your trading calendars to see what big news is coming out, and then just react to what the market gives you. But that is my view on it, on Nasdaq for this coming week. Hope you enjoyed this analysis. If you did, don't forget to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and hit that notification bell for some more trading content coming your way during this week. Guys, I hope you have been having a wonderful weekend. I hope you all caught lots of pips this week. Stay safe and happy trading, guys.